We've all been there, haven't we? Sitting on the sofa, cup in hand, watching Antiques Roadshow. We see someone pull a dusty painting from a carrier bag or a chipped vase from a rucksack, and we all play the same game. That's got to be worth something, we murmur. But more often than not, the real magic of the show isn't about the price tag. It's about the stories. It's about the gasp, the tear, the quiet smile when a forgotten object suddenly unlocks a lifetime of memories. When the hit BBC series set up at the scenic National Waterfront Museum in Swansea, the cameras captured one of these perfect, poignant moments. A guest sat down across from expert John Foster, a modest red box placed gently on the table between them. He had come, he said, just for curiosity's sake. He would leave utterly floored, his shock and emotion captured in just 2 simple words. Inside the box, nestled in velvet, was a stunning, full set of 1902 coronation coins for Edward VII. The gold gleamed under the production lights, looking as pristine as the day it was minted. John Foster, the expert, handled them with the reverence they deserved. His eyes lit up. This was not something you see every day. When you think of anyone like Edward VII's 1902 coronation, they would produce a set of coins, Foster began, his voice warming up. And this is the full set of coins from that year, produced by the Royal Mint. He pointed out the details to the guest, explaining what made this particular set so special. And what's lovely about this is the condition's very good. In the world of collecting, good condition is the holy grail. These coins weren't just old, they were pristine. And 2, Foster continued, you've got the full set, because the gold and these are all nearly pure gold coins. One or all of them have either been sold at some point. It's unusual to see a set like this. This was the moment the energy in the room shifted. You could feel the quiet hum of excitement. This was rare. This was real. But as always on the Roadshow, the most important question had nothing to do with gold or minting. Foster looked at the guest, a kind curiosity in his eyes, and asked how this incredible set came to be in his possession. The guest's reply hushed the crowd. This wasn't an investment, this was a mystery. Well, I came across them through my late dad, he began, his voice thick with memory. He painted a picture of his father, a man who, like many of his generation, kept parts of his life tucked away. He had this black box, the guest recalled, and I asked him a few times, what's in it, Dad? What's in it? You can just picture it, a curious son, a father with a knowing smile. The response was always the same, a playful, firm deflection. Never you mind, never you mind. That box remained a family mystery, a private piece of his father he never got to unlock. And sadly, he passed away, the guest said softly. In the difficult days that followed, sorting through a lifetime of belongings, he finally found the key. The moment had come to open the black box. His hands probably trembled. What secrets did his father keep? I found the key, opened up the contents of the box, and there was his war medals and this case of coins. What a discovery! Alongside the medals, the tangible proof of his father's service and sacrifice, was this gleaming, heavy, red case of gold. The 2 most valuable things his father owned, kept side by side. The discovery only deepened the mystery. He was never a collector, the guest insisted. Why did he have them? Was it a gift from his own father? A bonus from an old job? A single, uncharacteristic purchase? The guest would never know. The coins were a silent testament to a story now lost to time. This is why he was here. He wasn't looking for a payday. He was looking for a connection. He made his intentions crystal clear to Foster, his sincerity radiating from the screen. I've just come along today just for curiosity, he confirmed. I'm going to keep them because they're part of my dad. This wasn't just a set of coins. This was a tangible link to the man who had held them, secreted them away, and kept them safe for a lifetime. The guest's plan for their future solidified that emotional bond. I'll pass them on to my niece when my days are gone, he said. The legacy would continue, from his father to him to the next generation. It was time for the valuation. John Foster gathered his thoughts. You could see him weighing the history, the condition, and the soaring market for precious metals. Value-wise, it's one of those areas which I think is still a good investment, Foster began, laying the groundwork. Gold has proven just insanely good over the last few years, and silver. The guest nodded. He was prepared for a respectable number. So people are still collecting these because they're beautiful objects, Foster said. And they're only, in my view, going to go up as long as they're in this condition, and you've got everything right. Which you have. The expert took a breath. This was the moment. So £5,000 to £5,500. The air left the room. The guest, who had been listening with polite interest, froze. His eyes bulged. The number simply did not compute. You could see him processing it. £5,000. For the mystery box, his dad always said, never you mind. He stared, utterly stunned, and finally let out the only two words he could muster. Goodness me. It was the most honest, human, and perfectly relatable reaction. It was a gasp, a prayer, and a shout of surprise all rolled into one. The camera held on his face as he shook his head in disbelief. I didn't think they'd be that much, he finally managed to add, laughing in pure shock. He had come to Swansea looking for a story and a little bit of curiosity. He walked away with a family treasure worth a small fortune. But as the segment ended, you knew the £5,500 wasn't the number he'd be thinking about on the drive home. He'd be thinking about his dad's war medals, he'd be thinking about the mysterious black box, and he'd be smiling, holding that red case a little tighter, feeling closer to his father than ever before.